Right, that's that bit done. Let's turn on the chat window. This is the obligatory, this is not a tutorial. This is just one man's messing around inside. Today we're going to be doing Mover. There's something I want to make sure that is working for another tutorial, a different day. So today we are actually doing something you might see later on, which is unusual. But there's no guarantee that we'll fix it in this. You were in the middle of a playlist. Okay, I mean, you didn't have to jump in and not be continuing the playlist. What playlist was it? Was it a music playlist? Was it a YouTube playlist? What's the crack of that? Mark. Oh, big stretch. Alex. Hi. How's it going, man? You well? What do we do? It's the wrong character. I don't want that character. This guy. I want. So, the problem that we're facing, well, I say we, the universal problem that we're facing is that this function here, not this one, not this one of these functions here, where are you? Right, so first off, this movement direction only returns front, back, left, 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 right, right, left, and right, right. But these two don't seem to be registering. So that's a problem. And here it is. And this movement direction is run by here. So actually, the first, the forward left and the forward right, they don't even trigger here. So currently we're looking for forward, left, left, right, left, which is right, and back. So that's the problem we're facing. This is why it's 4-directional movement. And this bit here, which is the chooser, rotates our capsule based on where we're going and what we're doing. So that's the problem we're facing. These are the thresholds. So when it's between so I'm doing the movement direction. So somewhere we're setting the movement direction inside the mover custom input, which probably means that we're getting the produce input here. See, there we go. So here we're setting the movement direction and the rotation offset, which is inside here. Inside produce, get movement direction and offset. So that sets them inside there. And then we just base a chooser on them. So let me try and illustrate this to make sense of what I'm saying. Print string into here. Any place but here. Hello. Thank you for being here. So we've got forward. We're still going forward, but we're not actually going forward. Like, we're going to the right. We've got left, and we're going to the left. If we go back, it registers. Like, none of the other directions are registering, so like it's just forward direction. And part of the issue is here. Currently we're on like movement mode 1. So when we in strafe, we're in movement mode 1 in the strafe style. So you see it in 1. and 1 only comes down here and registers left, 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 right, right, left, right, right as forward, the same as forward. So that's our first major hurdle that we need to overcome. Pretty easy to overcome that. That's not too much of an issue, honestly. Because all we need to do is go bloop. And now we've got forward, right, left. I keep saying right, left, but what I mean is right, and RL to me is right, left. It always has been right, left. And then we've got left, left. So it's a bit confusing. I understand that, and I apologize in advance. So left is LL, right is RL. We could probably change that, to be fair. We also don't need this bad boy, because now we know that we're in this strafe mode that's looking at this for the thresholds. Is this issue in the plugin itself? This issue is the standard setup, yeah. This is the standard setup of Gasp. I haven't made too many changes. This project that I'm in was meant to be a tutorial for how to add additional characters, but I've just not bothered to make it. So this is a complete, you can think of this as a black project. A blank project, sorry. So this is the problem that we're facing. We fixed the fact that it's not recognizing 4 directions, but it's not recognizing 8 directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're still missing 2 directions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the movement mode. No, it's not that one. Movement direction. As I say, this isn't a tutorial, so I'm talking you through it, but I'm not going to be... there'll be like pauses while I'm thinking as well, so I'll apologize in advance. Forward, back, left. This is just left. Left, forward. R is right, and RF is right forward. Add an enumerator. Then we've got BL, which is back left, for those of you who know. BR, which is back right. Now we've got full 8 directional setups. But this return node that outputs S-mover direction thresholds also needs to be updated. S movement directional thresholds. So forward, left, right, back, right. What? So thresholds do already exist. So we're missing left and right. So it's like between those. So we've added in these directions. That's fine. Does it return those directions if I go that way? I don't think it will. Get movement direction thresholds. It'll be confused about what it is, most likely. Let's try it. Let's see. Forward, right, left. Still thinks this is forward. Back. Yeah, so it doesn't actually understand that we are going in those directions. So that's because these thresholds, you know, we could just print the direction. So that's like 0, so that's forward. Minus 180, 90, minus 90. And then we've got 45, 135, minus 135. Okay, well that's simple enough to fix, perhaps. This is a pain. Oh, I hate rewriting these things. Thresholds. Right, let me check the chat while I have a think about it. Do two things at once in my mad skills that I have. Not at all. So what we're trying to achieve today. First off, I want to add the 8-way directional stuff to this. That's the first thing we're trying to achieve. And we are part of the way there. We know what directions we need to do. I just need to work out the ranges that I need to do them for. Second off, after this, I want to I want to build from the ground up mover. And I think there's a simpler way to do it in the third person template that will help people get used to it as opposed to using it inside Gasp. So that's the other thing that we're going to try and achieve today in the 2.5 hours to 3 hours that I have before I need to cook the kids' dinner. So that's what I'm trying to achieve. That's what we're thinking about. I hope that answers the question. Was there any reason for Epic moving to Mover as a new way to handle this instead? Yes, there was. And it is that in the future, we're going to be moving off CMC and we're going to be moving to more of a mover-based character because... Where are you? Because these movement modes are really powerful. So in the CMC, you currently can't do like custom moves very well. Okay. And then in here, you can do custom modes like really well. Like I think we've got a wall run one, we've got a climbing one that we've done already. So inside here, it's easier. We're moving off CMC at some point. We're moving away from animation blueprints. We're going to move on to UAF stuff. Currently, UAF is a pain in the ass though, and it's not ready at all. Do I have the UAF plugin stuff? I enabled it to have a look at. No, I don't think I do. We might load up UAF so you can have a look at UAF in the most alpha, don't even quote me sort of stage on it. No, don't check the chat. Why? Why am I not checking the chat? I was playing some... Yeah, well... I don't think I've actually banned anyone online. You're paying money, so I think I'm safe. You're not. If you say something completely out of pocket, I will have to ban you. Like, I don't believe in paying to get away with stuff. I sound like Clyde. This is a backup channel. No, this is just what I sound like. Literally just started with motion matching today. Is it possible to mix motion matching with traditional state machines? Yes, 100%. Yeah, most tutorials will mix them. It's not 100. It's not quite the way that I would do it. But it is definitely a thing that you can do. I mean, if I was motivated by money, I wouldn't have given so much away for free, right? Like, and then there was a question here: what's the problem with the directions? It's this. That's the last thing we've been doing for the past 10 minutes. Currently, you only have forward, right, left, and back. There is no forward right. There is no forward left. There's no back left, and there's no back right. But we have. So we're printing out the directions here for them. So we just need to find a way to be inclusive of those directions. And then I don't need to do this stupid rotation offset because, let me see if I can activate it. There we go. This is ridiculous. What is that run? That's not forward left. That's like backwards left adjusted to be forwards. And that's all caused by this rotation offset part just here. So it's away from what I would want to be programming. So hopefully that answers all of the questions that I've got. Who's Clyde? If you don't, I don't even know if that's a serious question. He's a sound guy, you know. I speak to him quite often. Uh, dude is sound. I obviously I don't know anything about YouTube, just whatever. And yeah, man, dude is happy to give advice and help out and stuff. Got a lot of time. I've got a lot of time for Clyde. Right, so min. I'm not saying that I wouldn't mix it. I'm just saying it's not the correct way to mix it. Because you motion matching is so mine. Okay, so motion matching makes all the movements like fluid and stuff. So you got all the turns and that. What is that? That is horrible. And then you start adding a state machine on, and you've got less animations, so it looks there's quite a jerky what's it called? There's a disparity. That's what I'm trying to say with my super bad word knowledge. Someone get me a dictionary. So it'll look weird, but it's not so impossible, and it's not bad to do. It's just like different. Right, so this is left, and left is minus 90. That's left, right? So if we do minus 89 to minus 91, I should be able to print left. But it still thinks it's going back. It should be printing left. Ah, okay, wait a second. Why have I messed that up? What's right? Right is 80. 89 to 90. 91. So that's right. So that one works. That's back. Left doesn't seem to work. I wonder if I've got the mins and max. Min minus 91. Max minus 89. No, surely not. Okay. Seemingly, I don't know what I'm talking about. So there's right. There's forward. And the reason it goes back is we've not incorporated those into it. So do another branch. Get this direction. Get this here. Plug this in here. If that is true, we're going to want to go. We've done forward, back, left. We'll do left forward, which should be, oh god, minus 44 to minus 46 to minus 44. You wish Epic would release a simple template other than Lyra for a third person. I wouldn't say Lyra was simple at all. I would look at I would look at the. Why did I just have a mind blank? I literally covered it 2 days ago. Come on. Come on. This. Look at this. Look at this. Look at me. There you go. Have a look at that link. that has plenty of Niagara effects and whatever, but more importantly, it's based on a shooter and it's got an aim offset and stuff. So yeah, I'll take a look at that bad boy. Right, that's the left forward. Then we need the left, but no, then we need the right forward. God, what is my brain doing? Which should be 44 to 46. Like that. So if I can get these forward directionals going, I can fix a bunch of stuff. Right forward, left forward, back. There we go. And then we want back left. And back right. I mean, Smart Poddy's video on the same thing did a lot better than my video. So probably a lot of people saw it off that pack. Am I defining RF and LF as pressing W plus D and WA? No, I'm not doing anything with the inputs. I'm just defining on the direction that it's going, which is defined by where are you? This is the main problem with move it here, which is devised in the get movement direction and offset. So that's devised by the direction of movement. If you meant, am I just pressing WA and WD to go that distance, then yeah. So this wouldn't hugely work for a gamepad. I'd have to tweak it for a gamepad. Uh, 44 and 46. No. Now I need to work out what these directions are. 135. So the other ones. Okay, cool. So back left is minus 13. Minus 136 to 134. So that should include 135. And then this bad boy is 134 to 136. So that should give us our 8-way directionals. Back left, back right, right, back right. Because I hate this running. Look it. I hate how it switches and messes up. But I hate more. There's a lot of hate in this. I told you it's game dev and rage. I hate more this. So stupid. Yeah, that's why we're getting this error message. So we can handle that error message pretty simply by just going here and that's forward. That's when we're sliding. By making this so we got front, back, left, left, which is left, left, right, which is actually right, and then we got right, left. This is where it gets confusing. Left, right, because they name. Why would you use RR or LR for like going right, like, and then LL for left? It's such an annoying way to do it. Forward, back, left, left, forward, right, right, forward. So one of these, okay. So back right, and then this LL1 can be left forward. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing one. What am I missing? What am I missing? Forward, back, left, left, forward, right, right, forward, back, right. I'm missing back, left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back, left. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sweet, we got 8. So that should work. We might see some weird rotation, but that's going to get rid of our errors. Yeah, there's that errors gone when we can move in those directions, which is good. But that's still just using the capture rotation method, which I despise. So where does this come into play? Get movement direction and offset. Where are you? Get movement direction and offset. By name. This gets set in here, which is the dictionary. Adds to the collection, makes the collection, produce input somewhere on this bad boy. Get properties for animation. And then the movement direction gets passed into here. Movement direction, rotation offset. Rotation offset get passed into here. It doesn't. Is that used somewhere else? No. Huh. Interesting. So that's the move input. That's the control rotation. But the rotation offset doesn't get put in here. Control rotation. Because it should be inside the mover custom functions. Yeah, why are we even bothering with the rotation offset? The only thing that that's doing is setting up our chooser. Okay, right, let's go to the ABP because we've done the bits that I need to do here. Questions. I need help making game abilities and combat. Can I share my game with you? I need an Unreal Engine mentor. I mean, that's difficult, man, isn't it? Because like, if I help you, then I'm not helping. I'm not doing anything for myself, and unless then I'm losing like earnings from like a real life job, but also YouTube, plus any earnings that I get from making my own game to publish. So it's a difficult answer to a question without knowing if there's some sort of like monetary value. So that's a difficult one to answer. Are they moving away from ABP? You know what? I'm gonna and time away from kids and like my schooling and stuff. So it's a difficult one. If I'm getting paid, then that's a whole different question because I'm an employee then. But if it's free, that's difficult, isn't it? Like how much help are you gonna need? When questions are gonna come? All this sort of stuff. Mover, UEF, regular object for mover, UEF anim graph, UEF chooser. I don't know which one of these applies, so I'm just going to apply all of them. Let's go crazy, crazy, crazy. Restart. Let's go look at UAF. Come on. What is UAF? Unreal Animation Framework. It's the replacement for everything. Potentially, if they could get to work. I mean, you only need to compile and unless you're using C++, then I can understand what you're saying. I'm applying all of them. But we do need. No, I don't need. Are there tests? Have they put tests in? They put tests in the other one, but I don't think they've put any tests in this one. Last time I checked, there are not. Right. Content. This one. You're gonna have to forgive me because I have not looked at this in like weeks. Animation framework. UE5 Asset Wizard is the one. Create a new workspace. Yeah, save it wherever. Basic boilerplate. Create a new blueprint. Oh, look, there's no tutorial. Is there documentation for this currently? There is documentation. No, there's not documentation. No, there's 5.7 documentation. There's no actual documentation. Right, what are we doing? Output path game, skeletal mesh, UEFN. Create assets. And this horrible, horrible thing is UAF. And a lot of this is like control rig stuff. And this is just about where I get stuck without spending loads of time. Get scale mesh, right page, run graph. Graph, reference post, scale mesh. Somehow I need to add mover into this, add a shared variable. Add variable. So it's like the mover component or something. Yeah, if I was doing this on stream, I'd be just spending forever staring at this, trying to work out what the hell it is and where it's going to. So I'm probably not gonna do that out the box. But yeah, this is what it will look like in the future, potentially, should some changes happen. Yeah, there's no documentation, so I would have to be just winging the hell out of this, honestly. So this is what you'd be looking at, and it's confusing as hell. If we drag off animation graph, we get this run graph. Yeah, until there's some documentation or something, it's just really going to be a pain. So, yeah, hard to tell where we're going, but it's available for you to have at least somewhat of a look at. Um, we were doing something. What were we doing? Character mover. And then we were going to go to... I want to know why this rotation offset is stored here. So I want to find the results for rotation offset. I want to see where it's being used. These are in... No, go away. These are in the debug drawers. This is in get movement direction, rotation offset, produce input, clamp to prevent. We're still in here. Come on, bad boy. Let's go. That's control rig modules. Oh, maybe it is in the control rig. Still debug drawers. So this is in Sandbox Mover, and we know that it doesn't do anything in Sandbox Mover. I want to know. Here we go. This is where I presume it's going to be, inside the get offset root. Get strafe your, that's a property access. Somewhere that's being set. This is in the CMC. No, I want the mover. There we go. Get offset root rotation mode. Still in the offset root here. And if we go to update animation. So this is the mover predictor. Yes, the mover. This bit I don't quite understand. This bit, this is like 60 frames over 1. So like it locks it down. It's so weird. Update properties. This character properties has in it the offset rotation. No, it doesn't. Just the rotation mode and the aiming rotation. So like, there's nothing here that would rotate anything. But yeah, our capsule still rotates. So does that mean it's inside our animations, which would make more sense? Mover. Stand runs. Stand runs left. Run loop left. Enable warping. Because all I would need to do, right, is put in the two other movement directions that we have here. I wonder if that's just fixed what I wanted. Because there's nothing here that would... It's put inside here. Is that red from the mover? So many questions and no answers. Welcome to Game Dev. Movement modes. Movement mode. Walking. Overridden. Desired facing. What's it doing? Desired facing. Current offset. So these are internal functions here. This current facing. This is from mover itself. Current facing, desired facing. But they're not set anywhere either. What? So like they start at 0. Okay, this means the pawn was rotated towards the nearest shot path would have been away from it. Yeah, got that. Where are you? And what do we want? What do we want? Easy to read blueprints. When do we want them? Now. Okay. Right. Okay. Well. Let's duplicate that. Left forward. Stand. Whoops. Runs. L. F. Edit that. This is why I should just duplicate. That was a silly thing to do. Because these chooser outputs just aren't needed at all. Whoops. Okay. Norris Kishan, thanks for joining. I hope your film was good, mate. Last time I spoke to you. Okay. That's fine. I will sort that in a sec. In a bit. I'm just going to save this so I know what's going on here. The other thing I want to test is... You what, blood? Is this because I've used all my storage on my computer? This wouldn't surprise me. Sibri, that was a dad joke and a half. What are you about? No internet connection. Third person. Mover. Third PBS. Because I think I can get. Let's see. Oh, there's one more thing I want. / need. I'm gonna need. No, I already have those. This document downloads. Animations. Yeah, these bad boys. Do this, and then do SK money, and import. Oh, what an idiot. Sorry. First off, create a blueprint class, and it has to be a pawn. BP, mover, blend space. Then we need to add a skeletal mesh, and gonna need BSG. Yo, last time you joined, sadly we were finishing, mate. I hope you will. Is this built from the ground up or off a template? The stream's been good so far. Yeah, man. I always enjoy a stream. Just messing around, kicking back, relaxing. Yeah, if this is gonna be, so I'm investigating if we can just make Mover in a more simple, easy way. I say easy, it's not gonna be easy. In a more simplified way than what it is currently set up as, in terms of like Mover, because currently it's set up using sort of a mix between choosers and a few other bits, and there's some stuff in there that you don't need. And so we're going to see if we can do it in an easier way. Not easier, but different. Character mover, motion warping, and nav mover. I need to wait until these animations finish downloading before I do anything. But because I think you could probably set up mover using the standard blend space setup rather than having to use a different setup. I think that's perfectly possible. Just finish this downloading. I'm going to need a new animation blueprint, so I might as well do that while I'm here. Escape mannequin. Don't want to do this properly. Do I want to move this do this properly? Yeah, let's do this properly. ABP. Locomotion. Template. Linked. AG. Do this. Come on, I need these animations. I need them to rip. Why are we moving to 5.7, boss? Oh, no. Someone call me boss. No, I've got to put my big boy socks on. Because I've done what I need to do in the gas part. I'm on to the second objective of today, which was to see if we can currently, right? So mover, let me try and give a bit of a background here. So currently mover is inside this ABP and requires all of this to like run and get working, and it's just a bit of a faff. And then the mover predictor, although there's nothing in here really that uses predictions. And then it updates the trajectory, updates the turn angle, and everything like that. I think that we could probably get it moving without a lot of that, using a blend of like traditional stuff and this stuff. But I've not tested it, so I thought I'd test it. And because I'm not doing a tutorial, I can cheat by just copying and pasting a bunch of stuff, which is what we're going to do. Such as movement modes, but I can't do that until these animations, which are all the gasp animations from 5.7 and stuff, have downloaded, which means I could do in here a state machine loco state, and then I want blend poses. Cool. Yeah, that'll do. And then we want input pose. Let's cache that. Oh. So everything goes into this and then applies it based on this. Does that work? Can I access? I think I can. Add state. Yeah, I can. That's what I thought. That's fine. Probably don't need an input pose here because this will just be how the character is. Yeah, let's not put an input pose here. I mean, we'll have to test this. Locomotion, this, blend space, player. Don't crash on me now. It's gonna crash. I can feel it crash. Don't crash. Sweet. It didn't crash. And we got our blend space pair. So promote this to a variable. Promote this to a variable. I always get confused on which one is the uppy and the downy. So we want a blend space. Normal. So this is annoying. You can make ABPs as templates, but you can't make blend spaces as templates. So yes, loco. Vertical axis is speed. No, that's the horizontal for a start. That's the direction. Minus 180. 180. Then vertical is speed. This will be 600. What? No, that shouldn't. All of these animations should be on that character. Game characters, mannequins, meshes, SK mannequin, SK mannequin. Game characters, mannequin, meshes, SK mannequin, SK mannequin. We should see all these animations. Shouldn't matter that it's on the Quinn. Give it a second to see. And then we can make a blend space. And then we can try and drive that blend space from mover rather than from a chooser. And if we can drive it from mover rather than a chooser, then we can use less animations but still use the mover setup. That's the idea. That's what we're trying to achieve. So I hope you're with me. I hope that that is understanding, as it were. What is? Sorry, I'm trying to save 1,300 animations, and my computer's like, how can you can you hear them in the background? Because they're downstairs. I don't have a big house. Like, we're not earning YouTube money like that. So I'm surprised that when people say they can hear them. I obviously don't know how to adjust my OBS settings so you can't hear them. I feel like you can only hear them when I'm talking though. No, I'm just watching my OBS settings bounce up and down. Yeah, you could probably definitely still hear them at times. Sorry, you watching progress bars go up for a second while I figure. Right, okay, sorted. Finally. Run. Ah, there we go. We do have them. Run F loop. Idle. We need to change this to be 8 speed. Run B. I forgot all of these have root motion on, don't they? That's funny. Run L loop. Run R loop. Except it's not called that, is it? It's called left. Left R. This kind of works. Yeah, that works. We do need to just come over here and grab these animations and turn off and force the root lock on them. Because we're not going to be running our thing via what's it called? Via remission. So this is left, and then I've gone. What animation is this? LR. Run loop R. It needs to be R. And then false root lock on that. So there's our right, and then we've got our blend space that's just doing normal blend space type stuff, which is fine. Just a basic setup that we want. And now child this, escape mannequin, create child. Blend space, locomotion. Cool. Right, now let's create a proper ABP. ABP Quinn for a sec. And then we want to get the length anim graph. And this would be that's the template master in it. There's the child. And there's our idle. Sweet. Ooh, there's no way that we're passing in any data into that. Okay. Why didn't I do things the easy way? Get our actor. I don't even think I need to make it instance-ended or exposed and spawn, actually. I don't, it's just a pin. There we go. I can just put it as thread safe and get the only actor. That's fine. Okay. Go back to our mover character. And all we need to do, so we get the actor that comes in. It doesn't have the mover component, that is fine. Alright, save everything. Edit, plugins, mover. I think it's just these ones that I need. All the others should be active. I think that's all of them. Might have to check my own video to see which ones I should be including. 2 seconds. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. Let's include all of them just so we know we're not going to break anything. Motion trajectory. Search. Oh, I'm not going to be using these ones at all. Let's do this one as well. Motion warping. I just want to see. Animation warping. Yep. Deformer graph mover. Yeah, that's all of them. Right. Restart. Ooh. What's going on? SP on X. Yo, how's it going? Had to bounce for a while. How things going? Anyone know if it was answered or the answer to the last question? What was the last question, bro? The last question that I see was what ends you live, which I'm probably not going to answer because I don't want no one knocking on my door. Plus, what's it matter? I'm not like 10 years old anymore. And then the last question you asked, I did answer it. And where are we? Man, I'm scrolling. Bro. Yeah, BSG, I'm going to ask you a question again, mate, so I can answer it if it's not been answered. Right. We have our BP mover BS, which, yeah, that's probably about right. Let's add mover to it. Is this the character mover or the normal mover? This is the character mover. Let's add motion warping as well, just for good measure. And let's add nav mover as well. Character mover, nav mover, motion warping. You don't need anything else. Do need so on begin play, they bind to on movement mode changed, and then free simulation tick. So there's only a few of these that I actually just need to grab. This one. Compile that. That'll freak out, I thought so. That's fine. Copy those. So I'm just copy and pasting from the other project for a second while I get stuff sorted out. Because half of this stuff won't be needed. But it's impossible to know what is without understanding it. So like update floor rotations, no. Update control rotation, no. Sliding rotation, target actor, twin select mode, no. Debug draws, no. Settle camera, yes. Setup input, again, yes. Event possessed server should be fine. I don't know why that's freaking out, honestly. There's a there is an on movement mode changed. But what is that actually doing? That is playing a Foley event. Is that all it does? So our movement mode change, gets movement modes, finds the new movement mode, and then runs through this and plays a Foley event, which is sounds. Not bothered about sounds. Okay. So then we don't need this. On pre-sim tick. And all that's doing is crouching. What a weird setup. Just outputs whether you want to crouch or not. So we don't need that. Move a default input presim. Where's that coming from? That's the question. But now that can go. And then the cache inputs from mover. We'll take that actually. Those two are related. Whoops. What? Where are we? There. So that can go over there. Functions, paste this, then we can create a variable. Create a variable. Create a variable, damn it. This is just the custom inputs data collection. That's fine. Refresh this. Compile that. Okay, that's fine. Delete that. Our movement mode changed. I actually don't want that. Has an invalid type structure. Sorry, you what? What do you mean? So is there a structure inside of our thing for defaults? So there is an S mover custom inputs, but that's this is the default one. That's interesting. Move a type. So it's that. That's the problem. It's not that. That's the problem. A variable mover custom inputs post sim declared in. There isn't a declaration. Right, file, refresh all nodes. There is not a declaration. So why would that be failing? There's nothing in the construction script. Remove a custom inputs post sim declaration. But there's nothing in there. There's not even like a cached value in here. So that is bizarre. Like, I mean, I probably wouldn't encourage people to join this one. Like, I'm staring at something I can't even fix. There's nothing in here. Okay. Close this down. Start again. What a bizarre error. Come back here, go here. No, that's a local variable. Maybe custom post sim. I might just have to migrate that one from the other one. So all of those are fine. So does that mean, okay, so this will compile now because that exists. What a bizarre thing that was. Right. So inside of locomotion template linked, I can now get the mover component. Character mover component. From there, I can get velocity. So let's do initialize animation. Convert this to a variable. First off, let's check that this is valid. Yep. Then on update animation, get sequence, get this new variable, get this. Promote this to a variable. No, that's the wrong thing. No, wait, that's velocity, isn't it? Velocity vector xy, not squared, you silly sausage. Vector length xy, and then promote this to a variable, and this is speed. And then using both of these, we can do calculate direction. Calculate direction using velocity and base rotation. I've already got velocity. We can do actor rotation. Is it base rotation? There's an aim rotation as well, isn't there? Okay, I'll just use rotation. Yeah, actor rotation. This one, plug this in here. Now I can promote this to a variable. This would be direction. Delete the X, delete the Y. Go back to the states. Pretty sure, which one's X? Is X speed or is X direction? Let's do which axis is X. The X axis is the horizontal axis. So that is the direction and that's the speed. Cool, that's fine. So now I'm going to copy the movement modes. Blueprints, movement modes. Then I want to copy produce input as well. That one's probably going to cause problems though. So this is in class settings. The mover input producer interface. Produce input. And then so this can be a variable. This can be a variable. Input collection should be a local variable. But no one's promoted it. Input collection? No. Then we just need all of these stupid functions. So get move input, paste. This is IA move. Game input actions. Right click, split X and Y. Shouldn't have pressed compile. That was a silly thing to do. Not bothered about is jump just pressed. Aiming rotation. Let's just assume. So this is about target actor. We're not going to have a target actor. This is about twin stick. We're not going to have twin stick. So it's just this, and we don't have an input state. So let's just always assume that they're in strafe. Oh wait, got the wrong one. Aiming rotation. Do I need that? Wait. Get rotation mode. Okay. That's fine. Get aiming rotation. This is again. Okay, that's fine. So I can just do this one by get control rotation. So then we need current movement mode as well.
I just sit on stairs.
Why won't you? So annoying. Because we don't have E movement mode.
Then we can't reveal the
Okay, that's up. What's going on? Couldn't see the chat for a sec. Ugh. Talk about hospitals. Yep. Mold into the wall. Just like so extra. But I mean, it'll look good once it's finished, right? So, Thomas Franklin. How's it going, man? You good? So this movement mode map should be a better variable. No. Pace variables. And now we should be fine because we've moved across the enum that was the other half. Yeah, there we go.
It's on the hedge.
And then we do find.
Very close with ear. Very. Like as close as hell. No. No. You need to add something onto ear.
Set the gate. We're not going to need the
How many
gate.
do you have? How many ears do you have?
That sets the current movement mode, so we probably want
Yes!
that. Right. Get movement direction, add offset.
Well, it's 25. Need to get to at least 50%.
Would it have just been quicker for me to bring the whole entire pawn over? Hmm. Direction from threshold.
Now I'm good. Just point to the minor, wouldn't you?
What? Oh, because I don't have the S movement direction thresholds map. But I don't actually need it anymore because we're doing it this way. That'll work. God, this is so annoying. And that's exactly what I don't want. Just there. Oh, but this is one of those that is so tedious. Probably gonna do what I should have done.
Hey, Anna, I wasn't even there, you know, and you pushed me on.
It's just like when you take all the stuff from Mover, it creates this whole ass connection that I just don't want. Just want the blueprint. Okay, that'll do. Let's just see if I can fudge this around, I think.
I thought it might be a phoenix.
Okay, so we're gonna cheat and just bring in the Mover character to our project and then fix whatever needs fixing. Because CBA, trying to fix it. There we go. File that, input action, none. I don't need this walk toggle. Don't want the sprint or the jump toggle or the strafe. All this is fine. Don't want the aim. Don't want the swap. Camera input. This will be IA. Look. I want the actual IA. Look.
Seriously, flamingos were in forests and not jungles.
Very
They're
good.
a lot more likely to be in a jungle than a forest.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that.
Forest.
That's fine.
Okay, I think I got this.
Where's the IMC default? Cool. This is IA. Move.
Same as last time.
That in there like that.
Again, nowhere near.
This is all the debug stuff.
Why is this?
And this is twin stick stuff.
You're a bit too high up now.
Don't need any of this stuff.
What's too low?
Oh wait, no. That one there, but I don't need that. Okay, so mover is not working. Wait, no, mover BS is not working. Mover normal should be fine. Sandbox character mover. Onto character mover. Right, and then let's change scale mesh to use the ABP. Quinn? Is that what I called it? Yeah. And then let's just make sure the camera works. So camera. Scale mesh. I want Quinn is the simple there. I mean, this is looking good. We're in an idle. BP mover can 0121 do one. BPFL helpful functions. It's just all these debugs. Sweet. Oh. Okay. Wait, no, I fucked it. Wait. I don't mean BP. Sandbox character mover. No. Okay. So it slides. But that's fine.
We're trying to get a 100 streak on yes, no, maybe.
Let's see. Update animate. Okay, wait a sec. Right click this. Make sure it's valid before we do this. Yeah. So these are all about that message. So that fixes that. This still slides, but it knows our movement. Okay. But we get no error messages because that's useful. Wait a second. Wait a second. AVP Quinn.
Did you forget to ask the second question about it? Remember the
Get owning actor. Guess the movement component. See that this is where it gets like super difficult.
apples are not slightly squishy. Right, like.
Because all we care about is
right, a colour.
the. Does this get getters? Get properties for animation. Yep. Gets the velocity.
Sometimes.
Like that should be working, right? We're getting the component from here and getting the velocity.
Yellow, sometimes not.
It's reading it as that anyway.
You want pineapple?
So this should be working.
You're getting pineapple.
As I understand it.
Pineapples are always yellow. Always yellow.
Add a breakpoint to this.
What fruit is sometimes yellow, she says.
That just means it's failing.
And it's sometimes not yellow.
to get here. Let's just print this. So that means it's always failing to read this because it's failing to read this ABP. But that shouldn't fail because it's the owning actor. Try get pawn owner. Interesting. When this. Get pawn owner. What's even being printed off this? Let's try that. Print string. So it is reading the sandbox character mover, which is our thing. Interesting.
Just trying to do a man.
Like, it's reading here that this is our sandbox mover character. Ooh. Maybe it's not reading this. Oh, I really hate having to do. So it is reading that this is our sandbox character, but then it's failing here, which means it's probably failing here. So let's check here. I think we're getting somewhere. We'll put loaded here. We'll get rid of this hello. Oh, this is exciting times. We know that this works. But that never loads. I'm going to cheat for 10 seconds. Do this. And promote this to here. Promote this to a thing. Do this. Duplicate this. And then create all these variables. How does that work? Did I put the wrong mover in? This is the character movement component. I feel like that's should be the same here. But it is the same. What? Like, we know that this is bringing through the right thing. I'm just going to make up a state machine. State. Blend space. So asset browser. Locomotion. Direction. Speed. Still hates me, but when we initialize the animation, it says that it's not loaded, but it should always be loaded because it's the mover component. And I wonder if that is okay. So if it is not valid, it prints not loaded and checks it again. It's going to infinite loop. It's going to infinite loop, which gonna fucking infinite loop. No. Because at some point it should load. It's gonna infinite loop. Got this error message, but nothing actually happened. And I suspect it's because it's going to infinite loop. Because it wants to run as many times as possible. There's like no reason that this shouldn't work. I'm just so confused. Anim graph, event graph even. Blueprint initial delay until next tick. Maybe that's the way. As the mover component, but there isn't a mover component. I have crashed the system. This doesn't surprise me. So maybe I just need to delay until next tick at the start. Then it'll load. That seems logical. But not as well. It's the first crash of the day. It doesn't surprise me that we crashed there. Okay. Oh, my internet's so bad. Having to hotstop my phone is a pain. Okay. AVP Quinn. Let's get back to not loaded. Delay until next tick. Why is this broken? Get rotation mode. It's always going to be in strafe. Loaded. Whoa, boys and girls. Let's go. Ignore the stupid frame rates for a sec. But here we go. We have Mover working with blend space. We got progress. Actor doesn't exist because that's not a thing. Try to get porn owner. There we go. One more time. One more time. There we go. Right, let's fix that stupid stutter. Okay. Stutter to be fixed equals this. Where are you? Initialize movie predictor. Copy that event graph. Goes to the start. Event graph. Initialize movie predictor. Not quite just yet. But we now have... I'm a fucking genius. We now have Mover working with our standard ABP setup using state machines and the blend space setup. So it's like we've backported the Mover setup into the third person template, which is what we were trying to do. So mission accomplished to a degree. But that stupid stutter. What's that meme from the show? It's like that smile. I'm just like, that stutter. Stupid stutter. Where are we? SI tut config default network prediction. That's what I want. Copy that. Do this. Go here. To show in Explorer. Config file. Default network prediction. Open this up, and it's this bit here that seems to be doing it. The fixed tick frame rate, which supposedly doesn't mean what I think it means. Let's restart our computer. Not computer. Why would I restart our computer? What an idiot. Douche. No one's celebrating like I'm celebrating. I'm not really celebrating. But like, we've done what we set out to do. we've got mover working with our what's it called? EBP, which is what we set out to do. So if I just change this blend space, I think this is too high. I can't remember what the run speed is on mover. Using a character mover. The run speed is really weird. 375. So 375. 375. 375. Let's test that. That looks better. I'm not sliding around so much. Sweet. That is working, apart from the camera, which I'm not overly bothered about, honestly. Ayo. E-I-E-I-O. Yo, fat man. How's it going? What's the crack of luck? Why can't I get my look camera to move around? I hate camera controls. I hate messing with them. IA look. Game actions inputs. Game input actions. IA look. Game input actions. Okay. I don't know which one it is. There's two of them. Game input actions. IA look. Game input. Game input actions. IA look. That's not useful at all. Oh wait. Mouse look? I'm gonna try that one. There we go. Sweet. Nice. Now I just need to like refine that out, and yeah, we're done. Mover working inside a blend space, the old school setup. That was hella annoying, honestly. But now we can just do like stuff like this, where we figure out if we can delete stuff. Thanks for joining us, Eddie. Appreciate it. So yeah, you don't need to use the chooser table or any of the complicated animation blueprint stuff. We can go back to using simple animation blueprints alongside mover. So this is the blueprint that we've got. It's a mess, obviously. I do stuff quick when I'm doing this. And then a state machine alongside all of the new movement modes and how they get calculated, like the walking, falling, flying, sliding as well. That is good stuff. Whether that will see the light of day as a tutorial, that is a better question. Right. Save that. Let's see. Let's see what's left to do in this. Why did you open on a different screen? There we go. Let's see. Okay. That's all fine. I think this guy needs some hit reactions on him. Might actually lose this fight. Shit, I'm dead. Okay. Alright, our guy dies. Health finishes. We can pick up his weapon because he drops it. Now we've got a great sword. And now we've got weapons as well. Sweet. Yeah, it's part of his like attack sequence. So this is just like the tutorial boss. So the plan is, and we are. I don't think this is spoilers because I think I'm well known that this is what I'm trying to do. The plan is to make a AI type thing, like type video. This is currently part 16. But you can see like parts like 10 minutes and 20 minutes. I think the longest one is the first one. It's like 35 minutes. And then after that, they're all under 20 minutes. So we're on player attacks at the minute. And this is where it's at sort of now. The plan is, this is the tutorial boss. We need to program another one, which will be like a harder boss that'll have phases to it. Because I haven't seen any tutorial where people have set up phases on bosses where they like grow or get angrier or whatever. And then the final boss will be one that has unique mechanics. So like you'll destroy something to lower a shield on that boss so you're able to damage him, and so you can sort of see the different stages. So hopefully it'll be out soon. I don't want to release anything until I've done the whole thing. So that's why it's that's why it is what it is. And then I can do like a showcase of like you're getting this for free because this all the animations you see here are all included. They're all CCO animations, so I can include them. And then I can do one that's like, okay, now you've had the one that's for free and you've got all of the free assets and stuff, and here's what it looks like if you start adding these like paid assets. So we'll add UDS to it. I'll add a better environment than this. Add some decent animations to it, some decent character models, and you can see it. Basically got taken Grace's whole Discord inside my stream. I'll see you later with. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're doing much better than what you were. But that's the idea. So it includes all the enemy AI, it includes all the weapons, it includes the inventory and the equipment setup as well. So that's all we've got so far. And yeah, it's like any. So a lot of Souls games, you've got like different attacks for different stances. So like sprinting, he does this. If you sprint in, he'll do this attack, and if you're in the air, he'll do like this jump attack as well. So it's nearly there. The problem with having so many attacks is that I don't I have to reuse the same attacks for different situations. I don't think it's a huge issue, but it is a bit frustrating. So yeah, that is the plan, and as long as I don't scope creep, I should be fine. But I thought it was important to include like an inventory and a weapon setup as well, just so that you've got a full thing. But that became like 5 or 6 episodes on itself. But at the end of each episode, you'll have achieved something. So, like here, in 9 minutes, you've set up an equipment system. In 20 minutes, there's the inventory widget. In an extra 10, there's the equipment widget. Then you do the player attacks, and everything builds on from everything else in a very much way that I do stuff. So like sound effects, VFX, adding health lined up. Yeah. So hopefully it'll be something people enjoy. Stand the test of time, etc. And that'd be good. So as we were doing, this is the tutorial bus, BP tutorial bus. We're going to delete this and do BP second bus. So I'm going to get rid of this tutorial bus. No, I'm just going to put him in a different room. Boop, 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 boop. And like there's the whole dynamic widgets and the music and everything like that. So it's a really cool system that builds on sort of everything that I've been doing in my own game, but also a bunch of other stuff as well. Put this in the middle. So it starts from the gasp base, just so that you've got all the movement and stuff, rather than from scratch. It just, yeah, it uses that as the base of the movement. But if I show you the actual gasp character, there's nothing on this gasp character apart from the hood. And everything is run through components. So like combat component, equipment, health, interaction, inventory. So super modular. There's no variables or whatever. It is just purely because I want that character, because it's a good starting point for it. Plus, most of my audience, apart from the TG guys, are Gasp audience members. So it's good. I think it'll be good. I could do a like a basic setup But it's just all the other stuff. It's like all the turn in place stuff and everything. Content. Souls like AI. Here we've got our second boss. We need to give him a ting. He doesn't have any boss details at the minute. Don't think I'm even using that, am I am not. We don't need that. That target's fine. And then the idea is also, I haven't done it yet because I'm still a bit crap at camera work. You know how we've got our music starting here? So like you would open the door and then suddenly you've got like a cutscene that plays and stuff. So it should be cool. What do you mean that was errored? Why did that error? There's nothing to error on. I'm not like the big names aren't dropping tutorials. I don't know what is going on. I mean, I've just seen that Polly has dropped like an intro to beginners tutorial that's like an hour long, but doesn't, with respect to him, doesn't do anything. Like, so that's fine. Right, okay, I can see why this is failing. This is failing because in combat we haven't assigned him a DA. So that's fine. So we'll call that DA secondary boss. You're not the first person to say that. That was said in another Discord that I'm in. For the same reason. Someone finds like 10 extra hours in a day. I don't. I'm constantly tired. So what it is like how do I explain this? So my work is like an office based job, but I work from home a lot, and I can just do my work and my like research game dev stuff. So never compare yourself to anyone else because like I'm sat on my computer doing my work, but listening to YouTube's videos and like taking in information constantly. So I watch everyone because I want to learn different ways of doing stuff and see how other people approach the same problem that I'm approaching. I don't copy people because I don't. I just like seeing um, the way different people think and it, like sparks ideas from me. What's this boss name? Uh, Someone come think of a cool name for a secondary boss that's going to make me smile every time I see it. I don't want it to be boring. We've got Ted the teacher as the tutorial boss. Hmm. Yeah, the kids are playing their tablets and getting into arguments about who's doing what. They're like, heal me, I'm dying. Class snitch. Come on, what's a good boss name? Sammy the second. Alright, he's got 50 thingy. We can keep his same attacks, but we probably will change them later because they're pretty boring, honestly. So now we've got combat component, DA secondary boss. Select this. This is our level sequence. Sammy the Snitch. What? Who's snitching? No one's snitching on anyone. Right, cool. That works. Sammy the Second. But I don't want him to have the same. Behavior tree. So here it runs the behavior tree. So we can do this, duplicate this, and do promote to a variable, EPC, combat. I'm getting it as valid here. Do a print here. Kim wasn't centered on the map when he came in first and second place because he was a fatty and took up 2 spots. No, mate, I've not run a marathon in a long time. Oh, you know when you get older and like things take other priorities over other things that really should take priority. I've got one of them walk-in desks. So like when I'm at work, I'll do one of them walk-in desks so that way I don't have to go outside and actually exercise properly. Just walk home. It's like killing like 5 birds with 1 stone. Would highly recommend. Is not valid. I'm typed in print string and a print string. What sort of insane person am I? Combat BPC not valid in the AIC. BPC that. Can we get behavior tree? So I can make that a soft object reference. Yes, I can. I don't know what I don't hate what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Some weird compliment show. People making Chuck Norris jokes. I didn't make. Sunset Sport, Sport. I can slam a revolving door. That is a skill I have. I'm so used to like control tabbing out of things. Whoa, controversial comment. BSG with the era, the whole time zone became known as the Dust Bowl. Mate, the area became known as the Dust Bowl. I can make some really dark humor joke, but I'm going to refrain. Right, okay, let's do Souls like AI, BT Boss, BT Sammy the second. So currently this is such a super basic blueprint, doesn't really do anything at all. Well, I say it doesn't do anything, it does some cool stuff, but it's not crazy. But we can make it crazy. So do a joint stream so other people can share their work. To what end? Like, whenever someone, I do that sort of stuff already. Like, if someone has a game that is in alpha or something, I play the game on stream. I already do that. So focus target, predict attack location, and then execute the long range attack. That's pretty boring. We don't want to do that. I have questions for how do you know you do the right thing in game development? I mean, there are a billion ways how you know it's the right one. You don't. You don't, mate. You do the one that works and the one that you understand, and that's it. There's no secret to it. If it works and you understand it, then it's fine. There is no prize for the best coded game. There's only a prize for the best game. That's it. You'll fall as many times as you fall down, you pick yourself up. Then you learn from it. And then the next time you build on that learning, or you look at how someone else has done something, and that might apply to what you're doing, or it might be a different way of doing something. It is, yeah, like Mark's saying, it is just iteration and tedium. You just iterate constantly. Right, we want to add a phase key. So phase 2. Active. So phase 2. So if this is set and we want to add a decorator, blackboard, on value changed. So we want to always abort the lower priority as soon as we enter phase 2. And then let's get a new task. BT2. Receive execute AI and then finish execute. And we're just going to print string because it's really hard to debug a target on one screen. Print the variable. And I want it to say phase 2 entered. Second boss. Health, edit health. Let's see, on half health. That's what we're doing. Splashing a bit of German, fat man. Willkommen. Get brunch. Does this current health, is it less than or equal to 50%? If that's true, then so if it's more than 50%, we don't need to call this onDead function. If it's less than 50%, and then we check if it's less than 0, so if it's dead. Okay, that's fine. So then we call on half health. So then we can go to secondary boss. Saranya, how are you doing? Saranya, what are you working on? What is your game about? You've been in and out of my streams for a good couple of weeks, and I don't think I've asked. So what are you working on? What's your game? Right, let's check that this is working. Did they? In my Discord? I'll check that out. Okay. Second phase, beautiful. Wait, no. Let me check if they are dead first. So if they're dead, we want to call on dead, and then I want to check if that's false. I want to check that. Call on half health. You have more than 0 on the health check. Oh, it's less than. That's definitely less than. You got your arrows mixed up. less than or equal to 50. Kind of just want this to do once. We don't want to keep pinging this every single time. So let's test this. Right, let me know if you need the music turned off, because obviously you're going to hear this quite a lot. That's wrong. Wait a sec. What? Hmm. Ah, see. Right. This is... Yeah, no. I'm in the wrong place. Because this is value of 50. We want 50%. So calculate percentage. And then I am less than or equal to 0.5. So that'd be why it's printing every time it's being attacked. Because currently its health's only set to 50. So if it's less than 0.5, then we can check on half health. But we only want to do this once. So now it should. I'm gonna just first off, this guy needs to fix his behavior tree. Sammy the second. Then we'll do this. So now he's not printing every single time. Jumping too high. I killed him. Let's see. What gameplay templates work best on Fab? I'm considering to make some. I mean, that's tough, man. Like, the bigger you make them, the more complicated you make them. You've got to write good documentation. They've got to be good. You're going to be competing with lots of people. So, like, if your template's a good documentation template, you'll be fine. Like, if it's easy, there we go. Second phase. Hit him again. Interesting. That's interesting. What? Andy, hello, how are you? Move that to the player then. I wonder if it resets itself because it's a function. I need to check if I've got... You know what? I can smell cooking downstairs. Pigs in blankets. There we go. Sweet. So that works. Our lass is cooking a Sunday dinner on a Saturday because she's crazy. Right, so we know this bit works and it's getting here. Just need to make sure that it gets here, which is the bit that we want. Get AI controller. Control that to itself. Get Blackboard. Get no set value as bool. Tick key name promote to variable. BB key phase 2. Complete, save that, come back here. Get this phase 2 bit here. I'll save that. And now, once it's in there, it actually shouldn't do anything. It should just stop moving completely. No. Oh, yeah. So it's printing phase 2 entered, and then it's carrying on. Nice, Eddie. Thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate you. That's alright. I mean, it's up for a stream. It'll be a proper this bit will be a proper tutorial at some point. This is constantly being entered, but shouldn't be reset. That's all good, mate. Appreciate it, man. Go spend some time with the kids. Have a rib taco. So this is entering here. We know it's entering. That's not the issue. But it should keep entering because it's now set. But instead it's going into here. Interesting. Interesting indeed. 5. Like it hits this and then jumps into here, even though this is a selector. This is always true, it shouldn't ever leave. How have I got the abort set up? Yeah, but the aborts are fine. This shouldn't abort this one because it only aborts the lower priority ones. You can tell because these ones are blue. So when you select it, it'll tell you which one it'll abort. So this one, this Blackboard one here aborts all of these, so as soon as you hit phase 2, then it aborts. I could just put a wait node here for 5 seconds, but it shouldn't ever leave here at all. Like, it should constantly just go into here, because this phase 2 part is set, and it should just live in here, even when these cooldowns end. It doesn't matter, because it only aborts this lower priority. Select a node, executes these children from left to right, will stop executing its children when another children succeeds. If a selected child succeeds, the selector succeeds. If all the selected children fail, the selector fails. The selector executes their children from left to right. I mean, what I can do, and this makes it, this forces it to happen. Put this Blackboard condition on value change. Abort self is set. Phase 2. Is set. Phase 2. Wait, no, is not set. Duh. See, on results change, abort our own condition. This is where it gets confusing. I think that's right, but we'll test it. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Although the fact it's not waiting is a bit weird. Oh. Yeah, so this will be the issue. This fucking thing. What a ding dong. Right, and that will be my lunch being called. I'm gonna shoot. So appreciate everyone for joining us. It's been interesting. We managed to get 8-way directions moving in our mover project, so we'll have probably a video of that at some point, because that's pretty simple. And then we have managed to move mover into the third person template and put it into like a blend space ABP. Whether we'll get a video on that, I don't know, because it was pretty long-winded and faffy. And then we're just working on our second boss for our AI tutorial, and yeah, we'll just keep working on stuff and posting stuff. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining us, and I hope everyone has a lovely weekend, and I'll catch you next time.